Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to be learning chapter 2 in unit 1, that is internet tools. Let us see what are the tools available to access the internet. We are going to be learning those concepts in this chapter. Okay, yes, let us see that. Let us see first tool is web browser. What is a web browser? A web browser, or simply a browser, it is a software application which provides a graphical user interface so that the user can navigate the internet easily by clicking on menus, icons or buttons instead of learning difficult keyboard commands. So if you observe this web browser is one of a software application, and by using this software application what we can able to do, it is also graphical user interface. Graphical user interface means whatever you see is whatever you get. Graphical user interface consists of whatever you see is whatever you get, so that the user can navigate. By using this software we can able to navigate the internet easily. Okay, so through in the internet we can navigate a lot of information easily by clicking on menus, icons or buttons instead of learning difficult keyboard commands. Okay, so it consists of a menus and icons or buttons, so we are clicking them and learning so many things without handling keyboard commands. Okay, so that is your web browser. Already we have learned creation of a web pages. So in the web pages it consists of links. If you click that links, so some of the web pages are opening. So all these are possible by using software called web browser. Okay, a web browser uses the HTTP protocol to request web page from the web server. If you want to access any information from the internet, if you are using the web browser, then one we have to use a certain protocol. That certain protocol is called as HTTP protocol. So this HTTP protocol is used to request web page from the web server. Whatever the page we are requesting, for example Google, YouTube, whatever the page we are requesting, that request can be provided by this HTTP protocol. These pages contains special instruction written in HTML that tell the browser how to display the web content on the user screen. Whatever the web page we are accessing, it consists of certain instructions, and these web pages are built by using the HTML. Already we are familiar with in your unit 2 how to develop a web page by using the HTML tags, right? So whatever the information is available in the web page, it is because of HTML codings. Okay, and some of our latest programming languages. The instruction may include hyperlink to other web pages, information about text formatting and color positioning information for images contained in the documents and other such things. So whatever the instructions available in your HTML, it consists of an hyperlinks, and as we know what is an hyperlink to other web pages, and also information in the form of a text formatting and color position information for images contained in the document and other such things. So these kinds of a text formatting, so you are neatly displaying the text in your web page, so then you are formatting. So by using the formatting text, you are formatting your text, and you are coloring the text, and you are positioning your informations, and you are providing your position of your text, and providing the position of your images. All these are possible in your HTML documents, and also besides this also we can able to perform other things also. Okay, the two most popular web browsers are Netscape Navigator and Microsoft Internet Explorer. So if you observe here, then the two popular web browsers, what are the two popular web browsers we are having? Nowadays we are having so many web browsers, but whenever this book is developed, we are having an unlimited browsers. That browser is a Netscape Navigator and Microsoft Internet Explorer. Nowadays we are seeing Google Chrome and some latest Safari, Opera. All these are the web browsers where you can navigate internet pages or web pages. Now let us see what are the web browser features. Okay, a web browser handles requests for HTML files, interpret links, and deals with embedded images, audio, and video elements. If you observe the browsers, it handles request for HTMLs. Okay, It handles request for HTML files, interpret links, and deals with embedded images, audio and video elements. Okay, so it means already we are familiar in your HTML files. It consists of links, embedded images. It includes images. Also, we can also include audio as well as video elements. Okay, so all these requests can be handled by your browsers. A browser keeps the history of the websites visited. Also, it keeps the history, whatever the sites we are visited, it will store in the form of an history. Okay, whatever the website we visited. A browser lets a user to save a collection of pages, allowing for later retrieval. Even you can save some of a collection of pages. After saving that collection of pages, you can later also you can retrieve it. Okay, that is also possible. A browser provides a row of button at the top of the browser window for browsing the internet connectivity. Here conveniently, internet connectivity as well as internet conveniently. Yeah, if you observe these browsers, it consists of a row of buttons at the top of the browser window for browsing the internet conveniently. In the next slide, we will see what are the buttons appear and what are the interfaces of your browser. A browser connects to an email program for importing favorites or bookmarks and sending and receiving emails. Even if your browser, it connects to the email programs for importing favorites, bookmarks, and sending and receiving emails from most commonly used applications and format. So by using your browsers also, you can able to access your email programs. Also, you can import certain favorites, or also you can set some of the web pages as a bookmark. Also, it is possible for sending and receiving emails, and most commonly used applications and formats. All these are the possible. A browser supports web standards currently in use such as HTML, HTTP, JavaScript, etc. In your browser, it supports some of standards. Here the standards indicates some of the languages. That languages currently we are using is HTML, HTTP, JavaScript, PHP, Python, whatever we are using, it is worthy, it is supportable. Okay, now a browser supports multimedia data in three ways. So multimedia means audio as well as video. Okay, a browser supports audio video data in the three ways. Let us see how what are the three ways that supports by your browser. First one is native support. A browser supports some of the image format natively. If you observe your browser, it supports some of the images, whatever the images, whatever the pics we are uploading in your Facebook, or whatever you are uploading images in your web pages, it supports a format of natively. In other words, a browser presents the image as a part of a web page in the browser window. So natively means rural, locally. Okay, that means you can directly include in your web pages. So you can directly include it in your web pages. Got it? Okay, as we know how to insert images in your web pages, as we have learned in your second unit, right? So that is one form of supporting of multimedia, and second one is a plugins. Okay, so let us see what is a plugin. A plugin is a program that adds function to the web browser, such as an audio player or a compression utility. So this is a one of a program. Whatever the plugins we are using is a one kind of a program that adds a function to the web browser. Okay, if that plugin exists, only then the images are evaluate or that video can be played. Okay, so such as an audio player or a compression utility, here it is suggesting as it is an audio player or compression utilities. You can identify this difference in our lab. Okay, if you want to try to access some YouTube, then it requires some plugins because we are using one of a older browser or older operating system. Okay, a plugin is a setup with the browser through which it function properly and correctly. By using this plugin, it is a setup within the browser through which it function properly and correctly. So this is one kind of a setup in a browser. By using that setup, we are making the functioning of browser properly of a playing of multimedia. Okay, multimedia means audio as video. Please make a note, audio and video. And next one is the sum of helper programs. Let us see what is an helper program. Helper programs are external application launched by web browser or internet client program to view non-native file formats and data types. So here helper programs are some of our external applications launched by a web browser or internet client program to view non-native file formats and data types. So these kinds of helper program will be provided by the external applications. It may be either included in through from the server or the client. Okay, it can be able to access through from client program or through from the some external applications, whichever it has been launched in web browsers. Okay, to view non-native file formats and data types. These programs are not integrated with the browsers. So these kinds of external programs are not integrated within your browsers. So that is why sometimes we require these kinds of an application. We have to suppose to embed in our we have to launch these kinds of helper program in our browsers. Okay. Next, let us see Internet Explorer environment. Then how it will look like. Okay, when Internet Explorer is opened, the main screen of the Internet Explorer is displayed. Whenever you open the Internet Explorer, the main screen of the Internet Explorer is displayed. Let us see what are the various parts of this browser. Okay, first you are seeing one bar. This is called as title bar. It is showing Windows Internet Explorer. This title bar always gives which type of application you have opened. And next one is here the back button is exist. Here the forward button is exist. Backward button is used to navigate back of a page, and forward button is used to navigate the next page. Okay, and it consists of a menu bar. It holds a set of menus, and these menus will possess some of a sub menus. And here the address bar, by using this address bar we are typing the required web pages. And here the refresh button, and here the stop button. Here the refresh button is sometimes it is required to reload our pages. That is why we will use this refresh button, and by using this stop button we are currently stop the loading web pages. And search box, by using the search box, whatever the page is opened, we can find some of the information. Okay, and here also consists of a tab. If you see here blank page, and the next tab is appearing here, new tab. If I click the new tab, I can view new web page, and here also I can navigate with the old web page. If I click this one, a new tab will come, and once again if I click, I will get a new tab, new tab, new tab, new tab. Okay, and here some of the command bars are exist. By using this command bars you can able to access. And next one is a new button, content area, where whatever the web page is loaded, it will be displayed in this content area. And next one is the status bar. Status bar will give the certain information about your internet connectivity or some other information. Let us see whatever the information provided by your Internet Explorer. Line by line. First, it is a title bar. By using this title bar is located at very top of the window and tells you to the title of the page you are viewing. So it always tells whatever the page you are viewing. The title bar also tells you which Internet Explorer application is currently active. So also this title page also gives, if I open multiple web page, multiple tabs, in the multiple tab only one web page is active. Okay, that active page will be displayed on your title bar. Got it? Yes, let us see practically. This is my Chrome. In the Chrome I am typing some youtube.com, and I'm here clicking here plus. Plus is a new tab. I'm clicking here gmail.com. okay, so it is showing here plus. If I click, this is an active, these are the inactive. Whenever I navigate to this become an active and this become an inactive. Likewise this title bar will define, and here the control box are exist. By using this control bar, you are navigating either minimize, maximize or restore. Okay, so here we exactly specified that, but here they are using Internet Explorer. Yes, in this Internet Explorer application, you can also identify three buttons, that is minimize, restore, as well as maximize and close button. This is a minimize button, this is restore or maximize button, and close button. By using this I can reduce the window to taskbar, and if I click once again the say here taskbar, the window will be open. Okay, and if you close the close button completely, the application will be closed. So this is about the title bar. And let us see other information. Next one is tabs. Already I have shown in your Google Chrome. Let us see. Internet Explorer allows opening multiple tabs in a single browser window. By using a single browser window, I can able to open multiple tabs with each tab displaying a web page. By opening a window, in each web page, in each tab I can open a single web page. Okay, you can switch between the tabs to view web page of your choice. So I already just previously shown. By using that easily I can switch means navigate. I can choose by clicking the respective tab. Tabbed browsing helps reducing the number of items in the taskbar. So if you are using these tabs, then we won't use a taskbar. Number of items, whatever the number of items appear on your taskbar, the taskbar means you are observing here. So these are the tabs bar, and here it is showing your browser and your ppt and one of our applications. So likewise those information will be reduced if I open multiple web pages in a single window, okay, as a tab. To open a new tab, either click a new tab button or press Ctrl T. If you want to open a new tab, then you just press the new tab or Ctrl T. Okay. Now back and forward buttons. Let us see what is the back and forward button. The back button allows the user to move to the most recently displayed web page. On the other hand, the forward button allows moving to the page the user most recently has moved back from. So here by using the back button, it will most recently displayed web page will be go one step back, and if you click the forward button, it will move to the most visited web page of one. Okay, most recently I have moved back from. This way the user can navigate through the most recently viewed and website easily. By using this back and forward button, I can easily navigate my website. Okay, either backward or forward. And next one is address bar. Let us see what is an address bar. Address bar display the internet address of the page currently being displayed. So here the address bar displays the internet address of the page currently being displayed. You can access the site by typing its URL into the address box and pressing enter. So by using this address bar, you can access the site. If you want to access any site, you have to type the address of the web pages, in that box, and pressing the enter. Pressing alt enter opens the web page in new tab. If you press alt enter, whatever the web page you required, it will be open in a new tab. Okay, yes, here the address bar you are seeing. In this address bar only we are typing the address of a web page we want to load in this content area. Okay, and next one is a refresh button. Sometimes whenever our web page is loading slow, at that time what we will do is we will refresh our web pages. It reloads our page. The refresh button reloads the current document. Whatever the document is appearing, it will reloads the current document that the user is viewing. Reloading the current page is useful when the page is updating very frequently, as the user can view these changes as soon as they are available. So by using this refresh button, user is viewing, and what just we have said, it is possible. Reloading the current page is useful when the page is updating very frequently, as the user can view these changes as soon as they are available. Okay, and stop button. By using the stop button, stops the operation that is currently being performed by the Internet Explorer. If you use the stop button, it currently stops the currently loading operation or whatever the operation it is performing. For example, if it is pressed before a page has finished loading, the page will display only those elements that had been loaded. Whatever the, if you while loading the web page, if you click half of the page is loaded, if you click the stop button, whatever the off content has loaded will be displayed and the rest will not be displayed. Okay, so that will be happen because of this stop button if you click whenever it is loading. Okay, yes. And next one is the search box. The search box is used to search the web page. Sorry, search the web. So here the searching of the web is nothing but whatever content in your web pages. Simply type the keyword or phrase that you want to search and press enter to open the search result at the same time. Suppose if you have loaded one web page, you want to search some of the content. If you type that content, if it is available, it will display, otherwise it won't display. Okay, that is possible. We can able to navigate. For example, let us see, I am opened here some B.R. Ambedkar, okay, or some technology. So I'm using the technology Wikipedia. Here we are not having any option, but here you are identifying the search button. If you click here also, we can get some of the search options, but let us search in this Wikipedia as a Java programming. If it is exists, it will display. Okay, if it is exists, it will display like that. In your tabs also having search button, whatever the content is loaded, if you whatever the information you want to navigate in that page, it is possible to search. Okay, and you can either click the search box or press by control E. If you want to search any of the content, you can search directly by typing in the search box or press the control E button for searching the content in loaded web page. Okay, and next one is a menu bar. Menu bar has many different submenus which controls all options, functions and commands for the entire Internet Explorer. This menu bar consists of various submenus. Already you are familiar and you have learned in your office, right, which controls all options, functions and commands for their entire Internet Explorer. So whatever the commands or whatever the submenus is appearing, it will be work for the functioning of your web page. Each command in the menu bar present a menu and it is activated by pressing Alt plus. Whatever the menu is present in this menu bar or submenus, it consists of activated menu, and it is showing a shortcut by pressing Alt plus. If you press the Alt plus here, a file menu will be opened. If you press Alt plus E, your will be opened. For example, here it is not having. If I take more tools, here it is not showing. Okay, suppose if I click here, almost more tools, it is not there. Developer tools, not developer tools. Almost here the menu bar is vanished. But if you see here also latest Internet Explorer is also vanished your menu bar, and it is showing in the form of commands only. Okay, so most of the times we are not using your latest Internet Explorer. This is in this latest Internet Explorer also this menu has been replaced, but in older systems we are having a menus. Through this menu we are executing some of the functions of web pages. Okay, so different menus include file, edit, view and so on. So whatever the menus here appearing is you can see it is possible in our lab only, because we are using older version. In higher version you are unable to identify all these options in your latest web browser. And next one is the favorite bars. Let us see what is a favorite bar. A favorite bar replaces the links toolbars available in previous version of the Internet Explorer. Whatever the links and toolbars available in previous version of the Internet Explorer can be replaces your favorite bars. Okay, like link toolbar, it enables you to keep the links of your favorite website. Suppose if you like some of web pages that must be present, means then you should give in a link. It means either a bookmark or just a link. Okay, if you click it as a favorite, that it will be stored in your directory, that it will be stored in your web pages. Web slice is a new feature that lets you notice about updates to the content of your favorite websites. By using these web slice, it is also one of a new feature that updates the content of your favorite website. Whatever the website links you are stored in your favorites, the updation will be also updated for that your favorite links. Okay, so that is also possible in your favorite bars. And next one is a command bar. The command bar hosts many buttons that are used to perform frequently used actions. So it is also consist of a sum of frequently used actions. Buttons that appear on the command bar are home button. Here it consists of a home button, read mail button, print button, help button. Whatever the here command buttons is showing, these are some consist of a home button. If you click the home, it will go to the home page. Your read mail button, it will consist of read mail buttons, and help button, it will helps, and print button, directly from your web page you can give the prints. Also you can customize command bar to add or remove buttons from it. Also we can able to customize some of our tools, we can able to add or we can remove. Okay, that is also possible by using this command bar. And content area, by using this content area, where the window holds web pages present in the current tab. Okay, it consists of a web page, and it will be displayed in your current content page. That is nothing but your text, images, animations, and links. Text, images, links, and animations available on the web page appears in this area. It is unique common that a web page is too large to fit in the browser. So that is means in your content area the entire information may not be fit at once. That is why we are using the scroll bars. Whatever the scroll bars available in the right or left, by using that scroll bars we can able to navigate a larger area. For example, already we have opened here, right? Yes, some of the information here it is opened. Please observe here, you are seeing here some of a navigate button, because the whole content is not fitted within a single content area. That is why your web page is not fitted within one single area. Hence we want to navigate it. To navigate that, we are using horizontal scroll bar as well as vertical scroll bars. Okay, so that is your content area. In such a situation, scroll bar located on the right or bottom of the window are used to view the web pages that is behind the window region. Whatever the window region behind, if you want to navigate, then you are using scroll bars. And final one is the status bar. This status bar, please observe here, uh, where our, yes, if you observe here, it doesn't consist of any status bar in your latest browsers, but in older browsers we are having status bar. That is status bar in here you are seeing downloading process script. This is one of status information will be provided. Okay, so now it is in your latest version this status bar is not appearing. Status bar displays the current state of activity on the web page. What is the current state of activity of our web page will be displayed in our status bar. The information that appear on the status bar includes the item currently being downloaded. Whatever the information you have downloaded, that information will be displayed on your status bar, but it has been vanished in our latest web browsers. Okay, the current web pages download progress, error in downloading, and zoom level of web pages is possible. uh, this can be viewed in your status bar. If suppose if you want to zoom the web pages, let me try. We have closed. Okay, okay, let me try. Whenever I try to zoom, here it is not there. So here not the status bar is not supporting. Okay, if status bar is supported, then it will be shown whatever the information you have zoomed, whatever the information zoomed, and whatever the content you have downloaded, and whatever the progress has happened, and so on. Okay, yes, so this is possible. So that is about your status bar. Hope you understand this concept, the interface of your internet web browser. Okay, we will continue in the next class.